Welcome back to our Snow College pregame report, brought to you by Snow College. Remember, there's some great things coming up this spring. We have the Business Expo that's free coming up on March 9th from 2 to 8. Stop by. You can see what local businesses have to offer if you're looking to get a job here in the area. We also have the Women in Business Conference and Expo coming up on the 8th, and on the 9th we have another great free Business Expo going on. Lots of great things happening here. Well, as we look at these two teams, what are some of the stats that jump out to you on our Snow College pregame report that may be indicative of who is going to win this game today, Nate?
I think for the winner to come out on top here, it's going to happen with two main players. For me, for Valley, it's going to be Jenny Hoyt. She just seems to have a knack to shoot from deep, and we saw yesterday in a semifinal game when her team was down, they relied on her in the perimeter shooting. And I think for Rich, we mentioned it off the air, but they're such a disciplined team overall, and that's how they're really going to come out of here with a win, is an overall team effort. You're going to have great leaders such as Haiti Pugmire and company. I don't really think that there's one player that needs to stand out. As long as Rich plays their game, I feel like they should have a good shot at coming here with a win.
You know, that interior lineup of, you mentioned Pugmire with Ellie Argyle, and you mentioned Ellie Argyle, but also with Haiti Pugmire, Ellie Argyle, and Darlene Peterson. Those three are so tough down low, and should just be a great game. We're glad you could join us here today on our simulcast. You can catch us on the air, on the radio, on KMGR, Classy FM, on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, also 1aball.com, KTTA Channel 8.1, and TeamHive.live. The opening tip is controlled by the Valley Buffaloes. They came in the number 3 seed. The Rebels, of course, number 1 seed. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound, nice job down low by the Valley Buffaloes. The pass back out on top. It's almost an N1. The shot won't fall down for Cox. But it was a nice job by DeAndre House keeping the possession alive.
Yeah, we saw immediately on that opening possession, they went to Hoyt for that open three from the top of the key. Doesn't get it to go, but great job that time by Cox to be able to drive in and get to the free throw line.
Free throw is good. So Valley Buffalo score first in this third-place game. You know, we mentioned in our Snow College pregame report, these two teams a little disappointed to be in this game. But you can bet that neither team wants to end the season on a loss. They'll both be playing hard. Yeah,
I don't think anyone really wants to end the season on a loss at any level here in the state tournament. So excited to see about the effort on both sides.
Second free throw is no good. So here we go the other direction. Darlene pulls down that rebound. The state volleyball MVP for the Rich Rebels. This girl's won state this year in volleyball. What a great program up in Rich. Free throw. The jumper's no good, and the ball's knocked out of bounds by the Buffaloes.
I just love hearing about the all-around athletes here in the 1A rank. It's so impressive that they can play all these different types of sports and succeed in all of them.
Speaking of that, here's a pass from Ellett inside. Gosh, she's half Ellett. Taylor, no good. So Violet Taylor, as a freshman, won 4 gold medals at state track.
That's incredible.
Yeah, she's a sprinter, hurdler. Her mother ran for BYU and distance. She held the record in cross-country for lots of years, and her daughter, just a great sprinter. And Violet, fun to watch her play.
Wow, runs in the family.
Pun intended. Here we go the other way. Nice steal. Coming out of there with it is Ellie Argyle.
Great pass and transition. Fantastic bucket by Tingy.
Tylee Tingy. Such a great player for this Rich Rebel team. Have our first lead change. Our names are a little bit off. As if you're watching today's broadcast, we'll work on getting those fixed. We appreciate you sticking with us as the Rebels take their first lead of the game at 2-1. Buffaloes have this dizzying trapping zone defense they play. Just really put a lot of pressure on the ball. Here's Tingy jumper, not this time. The rebound foul goes against the Rebels. No, it goes against the Buffaloes.
Yeah, you mentioned that trapping zone defense. It looks like they're really putting a pressure out on the perimeter with the 1 and 2 spots. And so it's really going to be on the Rebels to catch it down low, use the mid-range to be able to set up success near the bucket.
Rebels just had a hard time getting it going in the second half yesterday against Wayne, and a foul is called on DeAndre House. She picks up 2 fouls on this possession.
Wow, that's a tough look if you're Valley right now.
Buffaloes have the luxury of having Kimber Reeve on the bench. Kimber would start for most teams in the tournament, but with foul troubles down low, we expect to see Kimber checking in sooner than later. The jumper for Violet, not this time. DeAndra snags the rebound for the Buffaloes, and back the other way they come. This game brought to you today by Bryce Iron Campground, that great stop on Highway 89, a great location for family reunions and other great things Make sure you check them out and consider that this summer. Cox has the ball out on top, guarded by Violet Taylor. Surveying now is Janny Hoyt. Janny has played a lot of varsity ball. Her dad, Gary, a state champion for this team on the boys' side in the 90s. Three-pointers on the way, no good for Ruth Cox. And the ball is thrown away. The outlet pass just a little bit too hard to handle.
Yeah, I think especially if you're Rich right now, I think controlling the pace is going to put them in front and continue to increase that lead. And if you're Valley, right now, Rich, it looks like they're playing a little bit of a before it looked like it was a 3-2, but now it looks like it was a 1-3-1. Let's see how the Valley responds.
Janny puts the ball on the floor. It's nearly turned over. It is going to be a turnover. The jump ball for possession goes to the Rebels. So a turnover. Maxwell Construction, Kevin, JD, the crew, all proud sponsors of the action. Lance, a great jump shooter of years past. Snow College, Southern Utah title, and Spencer Brothers Feed sponsoring the action this postseason. Final day of the state tournament. Had two great games at the SVC. One was decided by 2, the next decided by 3. Came on the final possessions. Here's Darlene Kett, shoot 3. She's got it.
I was just about to mention that we needed some more scoring in this first quarter, and there's Darlene Peterson there to answer my question.
And over and back. Is that a carry or a half-court violation? I glanced down. Back-court.
Yeah, it looks like they went over and back. Again, it's a tough start if you're Valley. Usually in these state tournament games, you want to control the pace and the tempo right from the start, and that seems to be what Rich is doing right now.
Here's a steal. It's a one-on-one fast break. It's Cox versus Tingley. Who will win? Cox loses the handle, so she'll back it back out. Janelyn Hoyt. Janny hands back to Ruth. Ruth doesn't take the 3. Janny, believe there were 39 three-pointers attempted yesterday by the Valley Buffaloes. We'll look at the record books, but I believe that's record-worthy. I think anything north of 33 would make you in the top 10 on attempts in a game. Darlene goes down. She's able to avoid the turnover by passing it. House has the ball down low. Misses the shot. It's going to be a jump ball. Alternating possession back to the Buffaloes.
Wow, physical basketball right now by both squads, especially when it gets down in the paint. I was looking for them to try and get the ball down to Deandra House, who has those 2 fouls now. She checks out, but she's got such a good size and physicality down low that I think they can use her down in the paint.
Kimber Reeve checks in along with freshman Maddie Cox. Ruth out to Lydia Cox. Lydia is a first cousin to Ruth and Rachel. Shot is blocked. That size is going to be a problem for the Buffaloes. Lydia knocks the ball away from Violet Taylor. Taylor gets the ball right back. Her shot is no good off the glass. Rebounded down low by Pugmire. Shot left hand off the glass. No. Haiti's so good. She's left-handed naturally and good on that left side. That layup just wouldn't quite go, but it was a tough shot, to be fair.
Yeah, very tough shot. Great job by Valley to be able to put the pressure on her with multiple defenders. It's hard to get that one to go down.
Cox's pass out of the reach of Maddie Cox goes to turnover. So 5-1 is the score. It's been all Rebels on the scoreboard, but the Buffaloes working hard, making it difficult for Rich. Rich comes in with a 19-4 record. Valley with a 19-6 record. Valley averages 69 points per game. We give up 38. Rich averages 47 points a game, but only allow 33 on the season.
Oh, such tough defense.
Tingy passes down low. Hannah Scott, she's another great sub for the Rich Rebels. Timeout's called. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Mom, we're going to Sam's.
Somebody shut the door!
The Ranch at Wild Rose specializes in destination weddings, events, and large group vacation stays located in southern Utah. This exclusive mountain treasure with our 6,000 square foot lodge, complete with our industrial chef's kitchen and gorgeous outdoor space. Dates are filling up fast for 2023, so don't delay.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazer's Family Market in Kanab. Save with their weekly specials and be sure to check out their digital ads. For guaranteed freshness in their meat and produce and short lines, go to Glazer's Family Market in Kanab.
Yeah, welcome back to the Sevier Valley Center. I'm Jared Call, sideline reporter right now, and inside the Valley huddle, Coach Cox told his players they're getting too stagnant on offense. He's not worried about the defensive end, but he's worried about on offense. As soon as somebody gets the ball, they need to see a lot of outside and inside movement to start to get some movement on that offensive side of the ball. You guys?
Jared Call on the call, our sideline reporter. Great job, Jared. And just as you mentioned, Coach Hoyt wasn't concerned about the defense. His team causes the turnovers to come out of the timeout. We'll see how they fare against this press put on by the Rebels. The old school of thought is you always press a pressing team. The Buffaloes are certainly a pressing team, but they break the press put on by the Rebels.
You know, being able to be behind the scenes for a few games before this doing sideline reporting, something I learned actually from the Rich girls earlier, or excuse me, not the Rich girls, the Rich men, is breaking the press, no dribbling. He just likes, he says, break the press by passing well. Find your spots and pass the ball. I think that's what Valley has to do right now if they want to get past that half-court line.
Yeah, congratulations to Coach Lex Cornea. That's a big win for his boys. And feel bad for Manila. They're a fun team to watch, but someone's got to lose in sports. It's just a really great team for those Mustangs.
Right. And they were expecting to be in that championship game today.
It's a shot no good by Maddie Cox. A jump ball this time goes back to the Rich Rebels. Darlene Peterson has picked up her second foul. The southpaw post player for the Rich Rebels. 2 left-handed players start for the Rich Rebels. Like our sideline reporter, Tyler Gibb, for our 1aball.com crew. The ball is passed in the corner. This is Walentine, and goes a turnover against the Rebels.
Yeah, I really like the defense that time by Valley. They set a kind of a wall there on an angled pass, and it was hard for the Rebels to get it in near the basket. Great job that time by Valley.
Rachel Cox breaks the press. See if there's a little more movement on offense, as Coach Cox is asking his girls to do. And sitting out of bounds is Ruth Cox. Another turnover.
Yeah, it's just tough to see because, again, you need to get something going. They still only have 1 point here in the opening period. I just think a lot of ball movement, and use it on the perimeter. Don't try and force it right down low in the paint immediately if you don't see something you like. I just think moving without the basketball is what is going to get them an open shot here.
Turnovers are just so hard on an offense because you don't have any chance to score. At least with a bad shot, you have a chance to follow it up or a chance for it to go in. Darnley, another 3, in and out. Ooh. And hustling for the rebound is Cox. Cox, she called timeout. There's a foul called.
Yeah, it looks like it's a foul against the Rebels. Looks like it's going to go against Violet Taylor. You know, Danny, speaking about what you were saying with turnovers, there's a famous quote by Wayne Gretzky. It's actually a poster that hangs in the tunnels here at the Sevier Valley Center. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You can't take a shot when you turn the ball over.
So true. The great one. She passed in the corner to Ruth. She'll take it and make it. Point taken. Wayne Gretzky.
And that's exactly, they moved it around to the perimeter and found an open shot that they liked. Able to get on the board.
Ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Rebels, so the lead is just 1 for the Rebels. 4-5 is the score. With 1:39 left to go in the first quarter. Coach Cox hands the ball to the official. Nice pass.
Good teamwork right there.
Cox one arms the pass across the timeline to Lydia Cox. Back to Ruth at the top of the key. Ruth doesn't take the long 3. Deandra House has the ball on the right wing on top to Janelyn Hoyt. Janny, well defended by the Rebels. There's a nice move without the ball, just as you would point out, Nate, but this shot won't go. Darlene Peterson corrals the rebound for the Rich Rebels, and they come back to their way in a hurry.
Yeah, crazy that it's a 1-point game. I feel like the way that the tempo's been going, it feels like Rich should be up by more. But once again, a great ball movement by Valley to keep trying to cut into this lead.
Darlene for another 3, in and out. Same thing. Boy, both those shots might as well have stayed home, but they rattle out.
Hoyt was looking to get it down to Cox there in transition, but she's going to take it herself.
Nice dish from Hoyt down to House. Timeout's called. No, excuse me, not a timeout. A turnover is caused by the Buffaloes.
So now they've got some momentum here. They took the lead. They're on a little bit of a 5-0 run here. They only had 1 point for most of this first quarter. Now they're up to 6. Let's see if they can increase their lead now with under a minute to go.
As the inbounds pass comes to Lydia Cox. It goes off her knee through the legs of Hoyt, and a foul is called as Cox goes to the line, goes to the ground. And that's something that has been a problem this season for the Valley Buffaloes when Ruth Cox gets in foul trouble. That's very problematic for the Buffaloes. That's her first, and hopefully she can avoid foul issues in this one.
Yeah, that's usually a constant problem that I think a lot of teams have with a really good backcourt is that they lead the team on both sides of the ball. So when they get into foul trouble, things kind of go out of pattern, go out of order on both offense and defense.
House gets the steal. Good call on that, Nate. Here come the Buffaloes. Rebels get back fast, though. Nothing doing. A foul is called. See what that goes against the Rebels. That'll be the 4th team foul against Rich. 3 have been called against Valley in the opening quarter. 21.2 seconds remain. Valley with a 1-point lead, 6-5. And Rebel player is down. Who is that that's on the deck?
Oh, I can't see a number right now, but
she's definitely in some pain. We're going to take a quick break. 21.2 seconds remain. Hopefully she's all right. We'll be back for more of the 1A State Championships.
Celebrating 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A basketball, providing quality concrete to Garfield, Kane, Wayne, and Paiute counties. The mutters at Garfield Ready Mix are the best of the best.
Lime Excavating wishes the Valley Buffaloes the best in the postseason. Lime Excavation can help you with all your excavation needs. Give Darwin a call, 435-691-2782. He digs it.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by SUU on TeamHive.live. The player shaken up on the play was Casey Wilson. Hopefully Casey's okay. It didn't look like she was favoring an ankle or anything like that. Maybe just the wind got knocked out of her, which is painful.
Yeah, it is painful, but something that you can come back from. You just got to get some rest. Hopefully she's okay and she can be able to play again.
Valley has a 1-point lead in the ball as we come out of the timeout. Janny Hoyt on the left wing. See if Valley plays for a final shot of the quarter. 8 seconds left on the clock. Back to Janny Hoyt. It's definitely Janny Hoyt time. In a late shot clock passes to Cox. Cox for 3 out to bank. No, and that'll do it. After the first quarter, Valley has a 1-point advantage, 6-5. This is 1A State Champion Basketball brought to you by 1aball.com and the Media Radio Sports Network.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese and Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese.
The Kane County School District is proud to serve the students and parents in Kane County. For information, go to kanek12.org. You can also follow the Kane County School District on Facebook. Rigor, Relationships, Relevance, the Kane County School District.
Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah High School athletics.
Back here at the 1A State Championships. We appreciate the great sideline reporting taking place down there by Jared. It's the Valley Buffaloes squander their opportunity to score on their first possession of the quarter, and the shot is good the other way. Back to our sideline reporter, it sounds like that on that play when Casey Wilson was shaken up, she took a shot to her mouth. She's had a bloody lip, and hopefully she's going to be okay. So Deandra House catches the ball in the low block. Passes made to the left wing. Rich has done a good job on Janny Hoyt. Violet Taylor hasn't giving her a whole lot of oxygen out there on the perimeter.
Yeah, she's the difference maker out there as
House can't get to go.
Yeah, House can't get it from deep. But, yeah, she's definitely got to be the person that leads this Buffaloes team. In terms of offensive scoring, she's averaging 17 points a game, which is incredible. She's made 47 threes this season. Just fantastic stats by her.
Yeah. And you remember that part in the old Hoosiers movie about wondering what kind of gum a player chews? I think Violet Taylor's going to know. She's been all over Janny Hoyt in this one.
That's a great movie quote right there.
The jumper's up and no good. Rebounded by Ruth Cox. I've been impressed with the defense, the rebounding by both these teams. There haven't been a whole lot of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, we were mentioning pregame. It would be interesting to see the effort on both of these squads as a miss that time by Ruth Cox. But so far, I think the effort has been admirable by both sides. Like you said, there's lots of jump balls, grabbing rebounds. It's been great here in the first half.
So a 6:40 left to go. It's a 1-point lead for the Rebels. Been impressed with the Rebels could bounce back after a game yesterday that they are definitely disappointed not to win.
Yeah, Valley tried to push in transition, but looks like they're going to stop in half court.
A three-pointer on the way, no. Pugmire with the rebound. She does a lot of good things for this Rich Rebel team. She comes across the timeline. She's going to take it all the way with her left hand. No.
Great defensive effort that time by Hoyt matching her. It was going to be a one-on-one situation by the basket, and Hoyt comes out on top.
Buffaloes dodge a bullet. Janny open for a long, long three. In her range. Drains it from the Bryce Canyon City three-point line.
And there it is. There's the difference maker. She has to get going from that outside shot, and that's what's going to set the Buffaloes apart from the Rebels. And look at that. They take a 2-point lead once again.
9-7 is the score. And goes a turnover against the Rebels. This Buffalo defense, yesterday they seemed just a little bit scattered, and today they've been more disciplined. They've been able to stay in front of the Rich players and just done a nice job creating turnovers.
Yeah, I think they were getting lost on all sorts of different possessions yesterday. And, of course, when you're still in the competition for the actual state championship, there's going to be a ton of effort, and that's what we saw in both of the semifinals matches yesterday. But they're looking a lot better here in the matchup for the 3 and 4 slots.
Kimber's pass to DeAndre was a good one. DeAndre couldn't quite get it and roll home. T comes out of there with the rebound for the Rich Rebels. Matchups are just so funny. The Rebels beat the Tigers, I think, twice this season, and the Tigers gave Valley all they wanted and much, much more, and particularly in that second half yesterday. But so far, this one's been even. Valley with a 9-7 lead. Goes another turnover against the Rich Rebels. Second quarter. So our next dead ball will have our Fab Rats trivia question. Fab Rats, that family-friendly YouTube channel. Appreciate Paul and crew sponsoring the action. I remember watching Paul play ball for the Valley Buffaloes. Three-pointer up and no good. Darlene Peterson pulls on the rebound for the Rich Rebels. What a nice find. But well defended by the Buffaloes. They cause a turnover. So, our Fab Rats trivia question for this game is, what was the original name of Paul's YouTube channel? If you can tell us that, you can come and score a great Fab Rats t-shirt. Keep in mind, we're running a little bit low on medium type sizes. We have really big ones and really small ones. But we appreciate Paul sponsoring this, and please come by and snag this if you can tell us the answer of his original YouTube channel. Shots no good. You can email us at uhsslive@gmail.com. Buffaloes miss on one end. Rebels come back the other. Rebels in their designated home jerseys. Shot by Violet's no good.
I think both sides are finding good spots on the floor to take good shots. Sadly, the ball's just getting turned over. They're losing possession.
I didn't see this as a low-scoring game as we thought about this matchup, but so far it's been that. Good defense played by both teams. It's a long, long three, no. And Maddie Cox can't get the rebound. She loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a tough shot taken that time by Lydia Cox. We mentioned the impact of the perimeter shooting, especially for the Buffaloes. I just think you have to move the basketball to get an open look from the perimeter. That's where they'll do you some harm. It's not when it's going to be a tough contested shot when it's 5 feet behind that line.
And it tends to be an easier shot if the pass is coming from inside out rather than catching it along the perimeter.
Yeah.
Pugmire has the ball in the short corner to Darlene. That should be 2-0, but she's fouled. And Darlene Peterson comes to the line.
Yeah, it looks like the foul is going to go against Kimber Reeve.
Darlene Peterson is a great player, but I don't think that she started last year. I don't think she was a starter for the Rich Rebels team. She has really improved her game. It's fun to see talented players like her continue to improve each season. And Darlene makes the first free throw.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about high school basketball at all ranks. You get to see these players progress for 3 to 4 years, and it's really beautiful to watch.
Second one rattles out. A jump ball on the ensuing rebound, and Violet Taylor gets her team another possession as they have it on the alternating possession.
I messed up on that last foul call. Looks like they called it on Lydia Cox instead of Reeves. So no one really in foul trouble, I guess, except Darlene Peterson for the Rebels. She's got 2, and I guess Deandra House for the Buffalo. She's got 2 as well. So maybe those 2 are players to keep an eye on.
We're midway through the second quarter. The ball is loose on the floor. Nice hands by Kimber as she causes yet another turnover, and the foul goes against the Rich Rebels. With 3:54 left to go. Kimber's mother works a little bit for Fab Rats. We're still waiting for a Fab Rats trivia question coming in. Mr. Paul Cox.
I wish I could get a free Fab Rats t-shirt, so make sure you answer that one. You can get my wish.
3:40 left to go. Our statistician Austin Owens still waiting for his Fab Rats trivia t-shirt. In the corner with it's Cox. On the top to Jenna Lynn Hoyt. Down low to Kimber. Kimber takes a step, passes out of it, gets the pass right back from Lydia. There's an up and under move, shot off the glass. What a play, Kimber Reeve!
The Buffaloes did exactly what we were talking about, kicking it into the middle, then going out to look for a perimeter shot, but that time Reeve coming up with a great move inside.
There's a steal by Cox. This is Rachel. Rachel doesn't have numbers, passes out to Reeve. Reeve doesn't take a three-pointer, and she travels. Boy, Pugmire saved a shot attempt and then caused a turnover.
Yeah, Pugmire came into the defense late, but just as the Buffaloes were about to take a wide-open three-point shot, she hesitated just a little bit, and that's what caused the travel.
Just a savvy basketball play by Pugmire.
Never, ever give up. That's what you got to do in these games.
Jimmy V. 11-8's the score, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Rebels. Haiti Pugmire's only, I was thinking she was a senior. She's only a junior, so not very many seniors on this team. That'll be tough again next year. Ellie Argyle and Darlene Peterson, 2 of the only seniors on this team. Wow. Some great underclassmen coming up again next year for the Rebels. Kimber catches the high post, passes it out of it. Here's a two-pointer, no. And a strong rebound is hauled out of there by Hannah Scott, another junior. Tiki has the ball, coming back the other way hard. Ball's knocked out of her hands, and she's fouled. Be the 15th foul on the Buffaloes. 5 have also been called on the Rebels in this first half.
Yeah, both Coxes diving for the ball right there. I think as a defender, you have to realize when you're probably not going to get that basketball, so you can stay away from foul trouble. Just make sure you stay in front of the offensive player, stay between them and the basket, and you'll be okay on defense.
11-8's the score. Darlene Peterson doesn't take the shot. Here's a pass. A foul. The end one won't quite fall down for Violet Taylor, but she'll come to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Fans, if you're looking to score a great deal on a Honda car or truck, check out StephenWade.com. Their lineup of Honda vehicles. Call our friend Kevin Wells. He can help you out with your next purchase. Free throw up and no. Rachel Cox picks up her second foul.
Yeah, and she's someone in that backcourt that's valuable for the Buffaloes. And it looks like she's going to stay in the game as House is going to be checking in for Reeve down low in the paint.
Violet Taylor still scoreless.
Yeah.
In this first half.
Something also weird, all the players that have scored have only scored once, and it's different players every time. Very balanced across the board, I guess you could say.
Right, for both teams. Goodness, the cheat. She's already shot one. This will be her third free throw attempt. Did someone step in early? Huh.
Yeah, there was nothing called, so interesting that she got 3 attempts and she makes the last one. That could be something to keep an eye on in this game. That could be a difference maker down the stretch.
Either we missed something or something really odd just happened. There's a foul on Pugmire as both players going for kind of a jump ball thrown up. 11-9 is the score. Terry's Food and Drug is a great stop in downtown Orderville. Check off your grocery list as well as your hardware needs at Terry's Food and Drug. Hopefully Lucy got a run in this morning down beautiful Highway 89. 11-9 is the score. Pugmire picks up foul number 2 on that play. Jandy Hoyt catches the long pass. She's guarded by Darlene. Darlene lets her take the shot. Shot is missed. kind of hit funny off the back of the iron and nearly rolled in, but it doesn't. And a jump ball on the ensuing rebound results in the alternating possession, giving the ball back to the Valley Buffaloes.
That was pretty confident by Rachel Cox to go in there with 2 fouls. And I don't know, a little bit of a fast call there on the jump ball, so that's lucky for Rachel Cox there for the Buffaloes.
Janney catches the long lead pass. Janney keeps the wheels turning, scores it off the glass.
You know, we've been talking about her effect on the perimeter. How about that? Just driving right to the basket and getting the easy layup.
House defends well down low. Buffaloes get a stop. They lead it by 4, 13-9. Rebels could really use a stop here to try to dig back into this one. 1 minute and 38 seconds remaining in the first half. An offensive foul. Cox uses her left hand to clear out some real estate and gets called for the foul.
And that's her second foul, so a little bit of a commentator's jinx by me, I guess you could say, as before I was saying there wasn't that much foul trouble. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players with 2 fouls.
17 fouls now against the Buffaloes. 9 against the Rebels in this first half. Here's Darlene. Her shot is no good, but she's fouled on her drive to the basket. So she'll come to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. We appreciate Thunderbird Resort and Valley High School sponsoring the action. Haven't seen Mr. Wood yet here today. I'm sure he's here. And fans, if you're looking for a great place to stop along beautiful Highway 89, think no further than Thunderbird Resort. You can play golf as the free throw's good. You can go to that great restaurant, great place to stay right there at the east entrance to Zion National Park off Highway 89. Here's the free throw again by Darlene, and good again.
Second foul on Lydia Cox, so balanced scoring, balanced fouling.
13-11. Lots of balance. Janney for a long three. My land. She was closer to the half-court line just about than she was that furthest out college three-point line, and Janney nails her second Bryce Canyon City three-pointer of the game.
That is just so fun to watch. You rarely see that in high school basketball. Players with that type of effect from the perimeter.
Kind of a Jimmer Janney going on there.
For all you BYU fans, Jimmer Mania. We'll have to come up with a nickname then for Jenny Hoyt. Jenny Mania, I guess you could say.
Money Mania.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
There. So a foul is called after a missed shot, and coming to the line will be Hannah Scott. Lydia Cox picks up her third, so foul trouble becoming an issue. The front end is no good. The rebound is pulled down by Ruth Cox for the Buffaloes. 5-point lead for Valley. After that long three by Janney. Janney, another long three. No. The rebound comes down to Rachel Cox. Back to Janney Hoyt. Janney in some trouble. Going to be a jump ball. And the alternating possession goes back to the Rebels.
As the ball goes back to Rich, Jenny Hoyt has that shooter's mentality that I think is so rare because she wants to shoot it, and she has the ability, like the strong ability, to make it from deep.
There's a steal on the inbounds play. Rachel Cox gets the ball right back for the Buffaloes. Rachel, the sophomore, hands out to Janney, the senior.
Yeah, she had the chance to pass out to Hoyt for an open three, but she missed that opportunity.
Ruth Cox, your little sister Rachel for three. Yes!
She says, why pass it when I can make a Bryce Canyon City three-pointer?
8-point lead now for the Buffaloes. 19-11 is the score. Here's a steal by Janney Hoyt with 7 seconds. Janney dribbles across the timeline. 4 seconds. Janney stops, pops. No. And with 1.3 seconds left, the Rebels will inbound the ball.
I think it's pretty crazy that she's putting out that type of shot, and I'm expecting it to go down. That's where I'm at right now.
Right. She's hit 3 of them so far in this game. And 50 now in the season. Janney with the steal. Half-court heave. No! Just short off the front iron, and that'll do it. We'll have our halftime report brought to you by SUU after these messages. Actually, we're going to keep it right here, fans. We'll have a courtside interview with our sideline reporter, Mr. Jared Call. And we'll welcome you now to our SU halftime report. Jared.
All right, so I'm here with Coach Cox here. Awesome way to finish the half. You couldn't really ask for anything more. What was going on there?
Yeah, no, we play in the moment, play for right now. This is what we do. We're just excited to be here, and the girls are just breathing hard and they're running, and yeah, it's really nice just to be able to sit back and watch them play hard. Rich is going to come out firing. They're going to come out tough. There's no question about that. They're going to come out. We got to come out strong in the third.
You talked to me yesterday about next best action, the NBA, right? What is the next best action for this team in the second half?
I mean, we're physical, and so we're going to get a foul. Next one is just move on. Better defense, offense. You know?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the second half. All right, this is 1A State Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Sports Radio Network and 1aball.com.
Les Schwab in Evanston, Wyoming want to wish the Rich Rebels success in the postseason tournaments. Les Schwab doing the right thing since 1952, serving our community and surrounding areas.
Welcome out to the SU Halftime Report with the Rich Rebels trailing the Buffaloes from Valley 19-11. The Rich Rebel cheerleaders now providing some halftime entertainment. And Mr. Nate, what jumps out to you here at halftime?
Well, pre-game we said that Jenny Hoyt was going to be a difference maker for the Valley Buffaloes. That's exactly what she is. Every other player has less than 5 points. She has 8, including 2 Bryce Canyon City three-pointers. I think another difference is the amount of attempts from the perimeter. The Buffaloes have gone 4 of 16 from deep. Meanwhile, Rich has gone 1 of 3. They've only shot 3 from the perimeter. And as you find yourself down 8, you have to wonder how much they're going to start to use the perimeter shot in the second half to try and get back into this game.
Well, the individual scoring, you mentioned for the Valley Buffaloes, 2 points for Kimber Reeve off the bench, 2 for DeAndre House, 4 for Israel Cox, 3 for Ruth Cox for the Rich Rebels. They're led by Darlene Peterson. She got 6 points. She's hit a Bryce Canyon City 3. She's made 3 free throws from our Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Tylee T with 2, Katie Pugmire with 2, and Violet Taylor with 1 of 2 unofficially from the free throw line. So this is a game that easily could have been a state championship type game.
Right.
These girls playing hard, trying to finish third place at state.
Yeah, and we've said it many times in that first half and in pregame. I think it was all going to come down to effort on both sides. You're not playing necessarily for a championship trophy for first place in 1A, but I just think it's so awesome to see in this third and fourth place slot game that both teams are putting it all out on the line. We've seen, especially as we were talking in that first half, the defensive effort, forcing steals, forcing turnovers. Valley has 4 steals. Rich has 3 steals. Both of them are turning the ball over a little much, but we see that when you win the turnover battle, you win the game. That's what Valley's doing right now. They've got 9, and Rich has 15, so I think that's another stat to look out for there in the second half.
Well, thank you, Nate. Great job on our SU halftime report. We'll have more coming up from the SVC.
Test. All right, hey, this is David Tebs with Utah High School Sportscast. Here in our studio, we've got the Bryce Valley seniors. Both boys and girls participated in the Constellation Championship games this morning. Hey, state your name, what your plans are after school.
My name's Brandon Leslie. I plan to go to Utah Tech after high school.
My name is Jackson Brinkhoff, and I plan to go to SUU after high school.
My name is Pedro Valenzuela, and I plan to be a NASCAR driver.
My name is Joel Romo, and I'm planning on playing college baseball.
My name is Trayson Clark, and I plan on serving an LDS mission.
My name is Rafe Brinkhoff, and I also plan on serving an LDS mission.
I'm Holly Matthews, and I plan on going to college.
My name is Shendy Styrett, and I plan on going to Utah Tech.
All right, and this has been your SUU halftime report. Ready to soar with SUU. Check them out at suu.edu. We'll be with you at the other end of the commercial break. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com. Well, we'll actually stay on the line. We'll actually stay on the call, though, as we watch the Valley cheerleaders go. And we'll talk a little bit more about the stats of what we saw in the first half. Danny, if Rich is supposed to come back into this game, who do you think has to step up, or maybe as a team effort, what do they have to do to cut back into this 8-point deficit they currently have?
Double figures. The rest of the girls chip in 6, 8, 9 points a game. And so I think that as a team, they've got to play good team defense, limit the opportunities for the Valley Buffaloes, and get more girls into the scoring column.
Yeah, and I think we were talking before the end of the half about the maybe potential foul trouble that both squads would have. The only person with 3 is Lydia Cox, but let's see how that goes. We're going to toss to David now with some Rich basketball players.
Okay, ready? You got to move me over. You got to move me over. All right, hey, this is David Tebbs. Got the Rich seniors here. Having a great tournament, great team. Guys, just state your name, kind of what your plans are after school, okay?
I'm Logan Clough, and I'm probably going to go to Utah State for college.
I'm Trey Walker, and I plan on going to play football at a school.
My name is Jared Mason. I plan on attending the Utah Valley University.
My name is Hunter Pace, and I
Hey,
plan
Elizabeth.
on playing college
They're
basketball
coming out.
in Dickinson
Am
State.
I good for a coach interview?
Hey, thanks, you guys. Congratulations on a great senior, and it's been fun to watch over the years, so good to have you. Back to you, Elizabeth.
So now we'll go ahead and as we continue action on the SU halftime report,
grab 'em.
We'll have a courtside interview going to Snag Rich's coach coming up next on Coach Cody Lundgren. You're tuned into 1A State basketball on 1aball.com.
One. Hey, Coach Lundgren. So the first half, you came out pretty hot, but then things kind of got away a little bit towards the end of the second quarter. So what adjustments are you looking to make in the second half?
We just have to match their intensity physically and take care of the ball a little bit better.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Yeah, you bet.
This is 1A Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network at 1aball.com.
No matter where life leads you as a Valley Buffalo, always remember that all roads lead home to the town of Orderville. Wishing the Buffaloes success in the tournaments.
Do you like car shows? Well, let's supersize it, as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Penguins Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Penguins Main Street from 8 to 10:30. Saturday, the show will be at the Penguins City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all the truck drivers that make our communities better. We wish all teams success.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce. With the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The Ice Ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at rubysin.com.
SUU is truly dedicated to the students as they help each to succeed in their academic and career endeavors and have the college experience they've always dreamed of.
SUU prepares their students for their futures after graduation.
The hands-on learning you'll get through any of our programs will set you on the right path for future success.
College is for you. Not only can you make it work, but college can be the best time of your life.
No matter what your chosen field of study is, you'll be given opportunities for professional advancement and excellence at SUU.
TOL Tactical is the ultimate shooting experience, high adrenaline fun, perfect for beginners or experienced shooters. This unique firearm experience will include basic firearm safety, gun range etiquette, how to hold and shoot a firearm, both handguns and rifles, and training on firearm use. Book your adventure today at eastsideadventures.com.
You're with a team of researchers from the University of Utah, studying the effects of climate change in our environment. You're using this thing called a thermal cycler to take some readings. Then you think, wait,
I'm only a freshman.
We call that Utah Fresh. Do real-world research. Go learn abroad. Join an on-campus living and learning group. It's a fresh take on the freshman experience. Only at the U.
Welcome back to Superior Valley Center, where the second half is just underway here. Coach Lundgren for the Rich Rebels said in his huddle, "Is this how we want our season to end?" Everyone shook their head and said no, and he said, "Okay, I'll fight for you girls if you guys fight for me." So look for them to be really physical in the second half. You guys?
Great stuff down there courtside. Mr. Jaron Call on the call. As we start out, the Buffaloes turn the ball over their first possession. Pugmire catches the pass down low, can't get it to go. House with the rebound, and she'll be tied up. They'll take possession. It'll come back to the Rebels.
So right off the bat, we're seeing that physicality that Jared was seeing from the being mentioned by Coach Lundgren in the Rich timeout. Let's see if they can be able to get a bucket right here.
So here's the inbounds play. Pugmire casts it way out on top. The ball's tipped away. Rachel Cox with one person to beat, and she travels. That's one person you don't want to pick if you want to have a foot race.
Yeah.
State champion Violet Taylor. She is so fast, and she can even do it when there's a hurdle in her way. She's a great hurdler.
Yeah, that's tough for Rachel Cox to stop. You're going fast in transition and a stop on a pivot foot and then try and turn around. She gets caught up and it adds an extra step or two there and turns it over. That's a tough look there for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, the Valley fans know how quick she is. Great speed as well. But neither team has scored to start this third quarter. Violet in some trouble. What great extra passes. Here's Pugmire off the glass for two.
Yeah, Haiti Pugmire already showing her value down low in the paint. Haven't been able to score until that possession, but you have to wonder if they're going to keep looking to her to try and get back into this game.
So it's a 6-point lead. Here's a long three by Janny. Ride the horse that gets you there. Janny Hoyt drains a long three.
And now she's getting contested, and she's still making the shots. Incredible stuff there from Hoyt.
We think now that unofficially she's at 64 three-pointers this season. After that, that's the third she's hit today.
Yeah.
So it'd be 64. Three-pointers up, no. Violet with the rebound, no. Tough break shot for Taylor. Another opportunity, no. Rebound finally, Darlene, no. Darlene had a good look at it from the left side.
Yeah, and if you really want to try and get into this game, you got to make the easy shots. 3 missed layups that time by Rich.
22-13, and the coach got a pass from his daughter, but he's not playing for the girls' team. It goes a turnover against Valley. 30-second timeout's called. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
White Mountain Trading Post is your one-stop shop for all your travel needs. Centrally located between Zion, Bryce, and the Grand Canyon, and on your way to Lake Powell. Serving travelers for over 60 years, we offer clean restrooms, snacks, a gas station, a gift shop, and a Subway. Wishing all teams success in the postseason. Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games is Utah's premier sporting event. The games are hosted by Southern Utah University, and we invite you to be part of the action. Register today and compete in a variety of events, from barrel racing, skeet shooting, basketball, track, arm wrestling, long-range rifle and pistol shooting, ultimate frisbee, horseshoes, swimming, and so much more. Find your event and register today at utahsummergames.org.
This is 1A State Championship Basketball brought to you by SUU. Come soar with us. Speaking of soaring, I can't resist the shout-out to the Rich Band. I was able to talk to those guys this morning. I mean, check out some of these songs. I mean, timeless. Axel F., fight songs. And then we have some things that we haven't heard before, like the Harry Potter song. We Hedwig's theme. We have Part in the USA, Parts of the Caribbean, Rangers of the Lost Ark. Hats off to that band. They've done awesome.
I mean,
the Office theme.
Yeah, they have
SpongeBob.
everything you can think of as Rich is, they missed a layup down there. Looks like it was Ellie Argyle that tried to get a shot up, but can't get it to go. Get a rebound. Looked like Darlene Pearson tried to get a three. It won't go, but they're going to go to the line as... Oh, no, excuse me. They're going to call it down on the floor, so they're going to get a baseline pass right here. But, yeah, Rich Band, incredible. They got some fantastic songs. I love coming into work while they're playing the Hedwig's theme. It's a great way to start the day.
That guitarist and the drummer, especially, all of them, just been fantastic. Fun to watch. Congratulations. Good job, Rich Rebel Band. Shots off the glass and good. Pugmire's gone to work this quarter. Rebounding the ball and now sticking in a couple hoops.
Yeah, she's got all four for the Rebels here in the third quarter. Once again, the key to them coming back in this game is going to be them working down low in the paint.
So 22-15. Violet Taylor once again on Hoyt. Shot is in and out for Cox. Valley crashes the glass, but again, Pugmire with the rebound. She's played great.
Yeah, she's got great size down low on both ends of the floor. Let's see if they can score right here.
The drive-in dish defended well by the Valley Buffaloes, and a foul goes against the Rebels. The Rebels have just had a hard time getting the motor running.
Yeah, and that time they were moving in transition, but it looked like Valley was already set up in a sort of box formation, and Janny Hoyt read the pass that was going down to the baseline. She was able to pick it off, and now they have the ball.
It's kind of like the Wallflowers turn the engine, but the engine doesn't turn. See if the Buffaloes can get it turned, the Rebels, that is, in the second half. It's a 7-point lead with 5:10 left to go in the third quarter. Janny is tied up. going to be a jump ball, and the Buffaloes will have the ball on the alternating possession.
I think it's crazy that Jenny Hoyt is thinking about popping one from about 5 feet behind the college three-point line. That's incredible stuff. I wish I had that type of ability.
22-15. I don't think I could throw it that far, but once let alone shoot it. Jenny Hoyt gets a pick at the top of the key. Darlene Peterson gets called for trying to get through Ruth Cox. And it is her 4th foul. She picks up 2 quick ones with 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. 5:03 left to go. 22-15 in favor of the Valley Buffaloes. The Buffaloes have played markedly better than they did yesterday against the Tabby Tigers.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it all starts on that defensive side of the floor. They're able to get what they want, force turnovers, and now they're getting shots to drop down.
House with a great baseline move. She can't get to go, but Pugmire again, she's doing it all in the third quarter for the Rebels. Gets the rebound. She hangs on to it after losing it momentarily. So pass down low. No. Rebound. Pugmire. No. House with the rebound. Stolen from her. Extra pass. Pugmire off the glass. Yes.
Pugmire now all 6 for the Rebels here in the third quarter. She continues to be a key piece.
Ellie Argyle had shots on 2 different occasions that she passed up for a better shot. Nice passing by Ellie. 5-point lead once more for the Buffaloes. Could it be 8? 3-pointer. Hoyt. It is. 8-point lead. Hoyt's third, Bryce Kane's 3 of the game. 4th, excuse me. She now has 65 on this season. There's a pass down low. The shot is missed by Hannah Scott, and House with the rebound. Jump ball. The score 25-17 in favor of Valley. Rich has the ball on the alternating possession.
Yeah, the great thing about Jenny Hoyt and her 3-point shooting ability, you see with a lot of shooter mentality from the perimeter, they don't like to set their feet, but you can see she knows what she wants to shoot. She points her feet towards the basket, and that's how she's able to have such good percentage shot from the perimeter.
So pass inside, no, by Scott. Rebound comes down. Here's Ellie Argyle. That is something, I'd like to recount what I said at halftime about how to get the Rebels back in. I think Ellie Argyle's got to come alive. She's so capable. That was a great shot by her.
Yeah, wide open mid-range. She's able to knock it down. Her first points here of the game.
Ellie shot the ball well. That mid-range jumper all tournament long. Ruth Cox. The long 3, no. Deandra House gathers up the rebound. She goes to the ground, passes out to Rachel. Rachel forced up a shot, trying to draw a foul, nothing doing. Tingy is tied up on the ensuing rebound, and the Buffaloes will have the ball again underneath their own basket.
Man, lots of jump balls, but I think a good improvement here for Rachel Cox. She's driving to the basket, but I think she's losing her peripheral vision of wide open players out there on perimeter. And when you've got shooters like she does on her squad, I think as a point guard you have to realize, hey, maybe I can kick it out and find a better shot.
3:31 left to go. It's a 6-point lead. We're in quarter number 3. The winner of this game will be a third-place finisher at this year's 1A state championships. The rebound is controlled by Kimber Eve. Kimber back up strong. Yes, and 1. Kimber Eve looking like Deanna Glover out there. 25-19 is the score.
Kimber Eve able to get a tough rebound that time, and the Rebels are missing a lot of chances to get the defensive rebounds. My dad always taught me long shots have long rebounds, so you got to set yourself up for that, as the Valley Buffaloes will be shooting a ton of threes here.
Your dad may have taught physics, something about equal reactions and stuff like that. Free throws good for Reeve. She's got 5 points off the bench for the Buffaloes, and they are rolling. It's a 9-point lead for Valley. It's a big answer the other way. No. Ellie Argyle 3 on. She dribbles maybe one time too many. And it's another jump ball this time. Again, the alternating possession is going to point in Rich's direction. Ruth Cox checks in. Deandra House out for the Buffaloes. Mid-bounce play comes in. Rebels long 3, not this time. And pulling on the rebound is Kimber Eve.
That was a good inbounds play right there by Rich. Set up 2 good screens and a 3-point shot, not able to go down that time for Wallenstein.
Drive by Ruth. She passes out to Janny Hoyt. Now to Kimber. Kimber drives hard, and her shot is up and no good. And one thing that I've loved watching Kimber do all season long is she really attacks the basket for a big to dribble like she does. It's a great skill set.
Yeah, she just kind of puts her head down and drives in there, tries to get the foul, and she does this time, and she's able to get to the line for 2 more free throws at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
The game today brought to you by Thunderbird Resort and Play Golf. And get a great meal at the restaurant, as well as stay there at the swimming pool at the Thunderbird Resort. Terry's Food and Drug sponsoring the action all season long. Stephen Wade Auto Group, Spencer Brothers Feed, Southern Utah Title, Snow College sponsoring the action. Free throw won't quite climb over the front of the rim. Fans, we had a winner for our Fab Rats trivia question, Mr. Shane Howell. Shane works for one of our other fine corporate sponsors, South SC Broadband. Shane Howell picks up a shirt. Please come by, Shane, or tell me what size. We'll snag one for you. Both free throws missed by Kimber, so the lead remains 9. Kind of a fortunate turn for the Rich Rebels. The ball is dribbled out of bounds. Last touch by Rich.
Yeah, it looks like Valley picked up a little bit of a three-court press on defense, able to press him just enough to get the ball back.
And a troweling violation goes against the Rebels, so against the Buffaloes, excuse me. So that's 2 straight opportunities the Buffaloes kind of had to extend their lead, but missed a couple free throws and turn the ball back over. See if the Rebels can catch some momentum here heading into the fourth quarter with 2:25 left to go in the third. This press is kind of giving the Rebels some trouble. Timmy gets around her defender, tries to kick it in the corner, and the Valley almost gets the steal, but a toe was on the line, so the Rebels retain possession.
Yeah, they're going with a high press on that zone. They're pushing the point guards probably 10 feet behind the perimeter and using a double team, trying to force them to make tough passes. The Rebels keep the ball here as they inbound from the baseline.
The officials are going to reset the shot clock.
Rebels got to look at the perimeter. They've got some open players. They just got to make the passes.
It's a shot. It just won't quite go. Ellie with the rebound. No. 2 tough big shots for the Rich Rebels. Valley Buffaloes try to extend their 9-point cushion. Ball is lost on the floor. Picked up by Cox. And Janie Hoyt maintains possession for the Buffaloes.
Such physical basketball right there at half court. She takes a deep contested 3, and she's going to be fouled on the shot.
So Janie Lynn Hoyt comes to the free throw line. She'll try 3 Legacy Ace Hardware free throws on this trip. She comes from a long basketball line. Her dad, her grandpa, coach. So the first free throw by Hoyt is no good. He was a state champion coach for this Valley Buffalo team. Now her uncle is the boys' coach. Her brother Gavin was a first-team All-Stater. Now serving a mission in Africa. Second free throw of 3 is good for Janie. Coach Jim Hoyt won a couple of state championships. I believe it was 3 for the Valley Buffaloes.
So she's got Buffaloes just running through her blood.
Right, both of her parents were Valley High grads. Second free throw, yes. So 19-30 is the score. 11-point lead. That's the widest lead of the game for the Valley Buffaloes. And a timeout's called. So with 1:39 left to go in the third quarter, you're listening and watching to 1A Basketball on 1aball.com.
Windy Mesa Studios in Panguitch is your local source for personalized and custom printed products. From wholesale items for your gift shop to custom framed or gallery wrapped canvas pictures, we have you covered. Contact us at 435-618-0014.
For over 100 years, Bear River Mutual has been insuring Utah families for less. For home, auto, or property insurance, contact Yardley Insurance Agency in Panguitch for a quote. Bear River Mutual, insuring the best drivers and most responsible homeowners.
Welcome back to the Sevier Valley Center, where the Rich Rebels are down 19-30 to the Valley Buffaloes. And I couldn't hear much from the Rich huddle during that timeout because the Rich band was playing SpongeBob SquarePants theme song. But I could see on the body language of all the Rich Rebels, it's just blank stares, staring off into oblivion. There's a feeling that everything is just against them right now, that momentum is turned against them, and they can't do anything to get it back. You guys.
Good stuff down there. Jared Call, our sideline reporter today. Those comments brought to you by Alton Coal Mine. The shot's no good. And Bear Diesel. The ball is dribbled off Janney's leg with 58.6 seconds, and maybe that turnover will help the Rebels kind of dig back into this one. The Rebels have gone 9 players deep. Coach Lundgren just trying to find a combination to help his team climb back into it.
Yeah, as Jared was saying, they've lost all momentum. You need a few shots here to drop at the end of the third to get back into this one.
The Rebels shot down low. Yeah, they're definitely a team capable of coming back. They're the number 1 seed in this tournament, and a great defensive team, which often lends to a comeback team. Here's Lydia Cox to the long 3, no. And the rebound, there's a foul called. I will say this about the Valley Buffaloes, too. Yesterday we made the point that they're a team that can come back, but I've also seen the Buffaloes lose leads in this season just because they play the same all the time. They're a team that sometimes takes some risks. They're a team that plays fast, and so when shots are falling, Valley can run out on you, but when those dry up, it is a team that Rich can come back on if they can get things put together.
Yeah, Rich needs to take advantage, and like you said, they're definitely capable. This game is far from over as Lydia Cox picks up her 4th foul for the Buffaloes. That might be something to look out for as we head into the final period in a few seconds.
Good eye. It's a near steal by Kimber Reeve. The Rebels hang on to it, though. There's a pass down low. It's stolen by Cox. Cox leads a long pass out, stolen right back by the Rebels with 3 seconds left. See if Tini can get one up at the buzzer. She does. Will it go? No! That would have been big for the Rebels to get some momentum going into this 4th quarter. It's 1A basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Whether your group is 2 or 16, Zion's Family Homes has you covered. With 8 homes to choose from, we have the home for you. If you are coming to Orderville for a team event, let us provide housing for the whole team and save you some money. Zion's Family Homes, Betty and Jeremy Chamberlain. The Alton Coal Development is located in Alton, Utah. The development employs 32 people at the extraction site and another 30 are employed driving trucks. Alton Coal reclaims the land by restoring habitat for sage grouse and cattle. Alton Coal. Their diesel repair is located in Orderville, Utah. Need that oil changed or that engine tuned up? Give Tyler a call for all of your service and repair needs. Wishing the Buffaloes the best in the postseason.
Here's a call out to all experienced CDLA drivers. Barney Trucking wants you to join their team. They pride themselves on what they have to offer. For more info, call their recruiting office at 866-443-1160 or visit www.driveforbarney.com.
This is 1A State Championship Basketball brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Half Marathon on 1aball.com, as well as Color Country Outfitters, East Sign Experiences, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders, Kane County Tourism Office, Lamb Excavation, the Town of Waterville, and TOL Tactical, all sponsoring the action this postseason. So 8 minutes remain in these two teams' season. Lots of great seniors on these teams, particularly on the Valley side. Have 3 seniors, 2 on the Rebel side. There's a shot by Janney, no. And the rebound comes down to House. It's going to be a jump ball, and the Rebels get a stop on the first possession of the 4th quarter. So as you look at this, what do you think the British Rebels need to do to get things going here in this 4th quarter, Nate?
Yeah, first off, keep the physicality up like they did in that last defensive possession, and do it on both sides of the ball. As that time, looks like Kimber Reeve will come up with a foul for the Buffaloes. You just got to control your pace, control your tempo. Keep playing your style of basketball. You're only down 11. There's 7:42 left. That's plenty of time. Run your offense and make sure you keep getting defensive stops.
Yeah, you average more than that a quarter. It's a 3-pointer by Darlene No. Ball saved and bounced to the Buffaloes. Buffaloes lead it out from one Cox to another, but the pass is just a little bit too far out front. Ruth can't track it down.
Rachel Cox almost turned into an NFL quarterback right there. That was about a 3-court pass right there. That was about an 80-foot haul. That was pretty impressive.
But no PI, so come right back to the Rebels. Pass down low to Darlene. Darlene shot on the left-hand side, no. Good strong rebound, no. Pugmire goes hard for the rebound, but House clears it for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, not a lot of foul calls on these rebounds as a travel will be called on Reeve. It'll go back to the Rebels. It's interesting. They seem to be calling a ton of jump balls, so players diving after it, especially on both sides. But a lot of hitting and nudging down there as both teams are trying to get a ball. And obviously, like, we have an injury for the Rebels as Cassie Wilson was hit in the nose, and she had to stay out of the game.
Yeah, she hasn't returned to the game. I hope she's all right. Shots up and good, and one. There it is. Maybe that's the momentum changer for Pugmire. She's really done a good job. In fact, only one other player has scored in this second half, and Haiti Pugmire. Austin, I have her for 10 points. We'll have our statistician, Austin Owens, take a look at that.
Yeah, we've all got her for 10, and 8 of the 10 points for the Rich Rebels in the second half alone as she misses the free throw attempt.
And the rebound foul goes against the Rebels. So, Valley Buffaloes playing good ball, have a 9-point lead with 7:06 left to go. Rebels open up this press, and in the 1A preview this season, I was so impressed with the Rich press. Darlene Peterson kind of plays on top of that, those long arms. She's so athletic. She's going to switch spots with Violet right as I mentioned that. She's going to come back to the half-court line, and Violet will be the front of this kind of 2-2-1. I think it's more like a man-to-man press.
Yeah, just making sure all the Valley girls that they're defending are staying in front of them, making sure they don't move past midcourt.
And the House has the ball knocked from behind, but it comes right to Rachel Cox. Rachel, her shot is no good as she Euro steps. And so often, it just comes down to effort. And that time, just because that's how Rachel plays, she's everywhere. The ball happened to come right to her hands, but good things happen when you're moving.
Right, she was moving, kind of an accidental flea flicker for football fans as it kind of just gets tossed to her. She's rushing to the basket and gets a good look there.
Cox misses the first free throw. She went 1 of 2. She made the first point of the game for her team. Her first trip to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. She misses her first attempt and makes her second for the second time. Both trips, she missed the first, made the second, and her team now leads by 10. I see the game was 11.
Let's see what Rich can come up with here and try and make it back to single digits.
Darlene forces the pass inside. It's defended well by Deandra House. She deflects it to Lydia Cox, who finds Rachel. Rachel comes out, passes it to Janny. So Janny Hoyt out to a long three for Ruth. It's no good. With 6:30 left to go. Zion Family Homes, Jeremy and the crew sponsoring the action, along with Zion Ponderosa Ranch Resort. What a great place to go and stay. You got to take your youth group out there. Been to a couple youth group activities at Zion Ponderosa Ranch and Resort. Beautiful place close to Zion National Park. 31-21 is the scores. That pass down low. Pugmire misses the layup. Has another crack at it though. Good rebound. She passes out of it. Ellie Argyle drives inside. Back to Pugmire. Catch, shoot, score!
10 of 12 now. Second half points are coming from Haiti Pugmire for the Rebels. She's just been so dominant down in the paint.
It's an 8-point lead. The other two games here at the SVC today have come down to a last possession. Will this one be the same as a foul's call against the Rebels? That sends the Buffaloes to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
That's a tough look if you're Rich. It looks like Cox lost the ball and it bounced off of her knee, and so as the Rebels were fighting for it, and it looks as that foul will go against Violet Taylor, her third. Things just didn't end up well for him.
Timeout's called. This is 1A State basketball. Brought to you by 1aball.com on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
If you've ever visited Bryce Canyon National Park, you know that it's nothing short of magical. Recognizing the need to protect such a place, the Bryce Canyon Association was created more than 60 years ago to help provide funding for the park. And this year, as we celebrate Bryce's 100th anniversary as a national treasure, we invite you to be a part of the Bryce Canyon Association by making a donation, be it small or large. Together, we ensure that Bryce Canyon National Park stays magical.
Bryce Canyon National Park. Seeing it in person is nothing short of magical. And this year, as we celebrate Bryce's 100th anniversary as a protected national treasure, there's no better time to take in some of that magic. There'll be concerts, festivals, and other events throughout the year. So start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration. For more information, visit brycecanyon.org.
The state championship broadcast is brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese on TeamHive.live. It's an 8-point lead for the Valley Buffaloes. They come back to the free throw line. Be a big front end of 1-and-1. Maxwell Construction and Bryce Zion Campground sponsoring the action this postseason. Free throws good. Rachel Cox, only a sophomore, now has 6 points in this afternoon's contest.
Yeah, those first free throws of a 1-on-1 are so important because once you get one to drop, you feel like you can get a second one to go. Unfortunately, that one doesn't go in.
wills it right to her sister. I think that was an intentional pass off the rim to her sister. But on the follow-up attempt, Deandra House is fouled, so she'll come back to the line.
Yeah, and if you're the Rebels, that's exactly what you don't want to do is foul and give them free shots at the free throw line. The Rebels are now up to 9 fouls here in the second half, so one more, and looks like the Buffaloes will be in the double bonus.
So Coach Lundgren, it's a hard spot for his team to be in. They've had such a good record. I don't think they found themselves with a deficit like this late in the game. See if they can dig down and make this thing close here in the end. As Deandra House waits, they're sorting out something at the scores table. And while they do, we'll thank Snow College, as well as Southern Utah Title, Brad Adair and crew down in Kanab, helping make sure you keep them in mind if you need to move or sell, buy or sell land. Southern Utah Title, Spencer Brothers Feed, sponsoring the action all postseason long. Remember, they offer delivery. We're going to take a quick break. This game is brought to you by 1aball.com on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all.
Back here at the SVC, the fight for third place. Thanks to our sideline reporter, Jared, who's pointed out they were just trying to sort out how many timeouts Valley has remaining in this game. If it gets tight, they'll want to know. So both teams have 3 timeouts left. Big thanks to Jared Hall down there on the call. Free throw is missed by Deandra House. Dee sets for her second free throw. It's no good. So it's a nice pass from Violet Taylor down to Scott. Scott has the easy one. Score it. Nice find by Violet Taylor. Hannah Scott scores it for the Rich Rebels.
I was going to say that someone else besides Pugmire probably needs to step up if Rich wants to get back in it. You can still use Haiti as a critical part of your offense, but great job that time by Hannah Scott to be in the right place at the right time.
The lead is 7. The time on the clock is 5:30. In the fourth quarter, pass is made out to Janelyn Hoyt. Janny surveys. Guarded by Scott. Rebels have employed lots of different girls on her. Here's a movement without the ball. It's Cox, and she scores it. Nice find from Janny Cox to Ruth. Janny Hoyt to Ruth Cox.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, great movement without the ball by Ruth Cox as she cuts to the basket, and she gets the ball just about 2 steps before getting an easy layup.
Foul's called. It'll go down low. And if you're a Valley fan and you know that Ruth Cox only has 5 points in this game, yet you still lead by 9, what a great job by the supporting cast for these Buffaloes.
Yeah, I just think balanced scoring is what really sets good teams apart. You can always have a good star, but as long as everyone's a part of the action, that's how you know you'll get a good win.
Ellie's shot is no good. All but in. Scott with the follow-up. Yes! Hannah Scott gets her first 2 hoops of the game consecutively in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and when you need to come in, you got to come in when it matters, and that's the fourth quarter. That's exactly what Hannah Scott has done here.
The foul's called, and that sends Lydia Cox to the free throw line. Lydia is the coach's Cox's niece. She'll come to the line. She gets to play with her 2 first cousins, Rachel and Ruth. Lydia, just a junior, she'll be back next year. Free throw is in and out. Buffalo's not helping the cause from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Yeah, and I don't have any points written down for Lydia Cox. That's interesting that she hasn't scored yet.
Cousin averaging around 5 per game. 0 for 5 from the field, says statistician Austin Owens. Big thanks also to all of our crew up here, producer Elizabeth and Cray on the camera, as well as our sideline reporter during this game. As the second free throw is good, Mr. Jared Call. So 1 and 2 on the trip from Lydia. The lead back out to 8. With 4:30 left to go. Still lots of time for the Rebels. Getting baskets is the key here. Here's a jumper. No, but I missed the call.
Interesting. They might have said she got a wrap or... Yeah, an offensive foul on Teen. That's going to be her second, but I didn't see anything. Oh, it looks like it was a moving screen.
35-27 remains the score. Taylor Just a near steal. Buffaloes evade the turnover with 2 seconds left before they would get a 10-second violation. Makes it a lot easier with the shot clock to see how much time you have to get across the timeline. And a foul's called. If that's on Darlene, she'll be done. And it does look like Peterson picks up her final foul.
That looked pretty tough because it looked like Lydia ran into Jenny on her own power. It didn't look like Darlene caused some force. And that's tough to see her go out early as she walks to the bench.
So, if the Rebels come back, then you do so without a team leader. And Darlene Peterson, what a great player. It's been so much fun to watch her. So, shot goes in.
Yes, he averaged 8 points a game in the regular season. Obviously a key contributor for the Rebels. And just like we've been mentioning this entire fourth quarter, someone else has to step up if they want to, try and get back and maybe take the lead again.
Jenny Hoyt goes 1 of 2 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Jenny with 17 points right around her season average. Ball is thrown away by the Rebels. So it's an 8-point lead with 4 minutes to go. 3:59 left to play in the game. Ellie Argyle checks back in. And make no mistake about it, the Rebels have the crew to come back, even with Darlene checking out with those 5 fouls. There's plenty of players that can do that. It's just a matter of piecing together some stops and some hoops.
100%.
Lots of credit goes to the Valley Buffaloes, though. They've played much, much better than they did in yesterday's action. Playing great. The ball is, it's going to be a jump ball. With the alternating possession arrow pointing to the Buffaloes. There's a collision with no foul called. Kimber hangs on to the possession of the ball, but her pass is a little bit too hot to handle in the corner for Cox.
Looks like Pugmire injured her hand on that no call on the contact in the inbound. Something if you're Rebels, I really like Violet Taylor's speed as she's going around this defense, but she seems to be kicking it out for tougher shots. Let's see if she can try and get something down low.
She's been hounded by Cox, and it's a steal by DeAndre House. Rebels throw it away. The defense has really been there to climb back into it. Just hoops have been harder to come by. Jenny Lynn hands to Rachel Cox. Rachel's pass is batted away. Nice shot by Pugmire. Pugmire with the left-hand pump dribble comes across the timeline. She goes to the defenders, lays it up. Can't get it to go. Oh, tough break. What a great move, great play. The ball hung on the rim, hung, and then fell off, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Buffaloes.
Yeah, tough to see. It was a 1v2, so I didn't think she was going to get a good shot off, but she was able to shrug some Buffaloes off for an easy lay, but she doesn't get it to go.
Timeout's called with 3:10 left to go. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit BryceCanyonCityUT.gov.
Are you tired of winter and ready to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah. There will be guided mule rides, vendors, food and fun, arena events, a Friday night concert featuring Bren Hill and Andy Nelson, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday, May 6th. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there.
The state championship basketball brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Half Marathon coming up this July. Get training now. Here's a catch shoot for 3, no. And the rebound goes out of bounds. So Valley staves off a hoop that time for the Rebels.
Yeah, I thought that was a good look by Taylor. If you want to get back into this one, I really think the three-pointer is going to be key. You've used Pugmire down in the paint now. Try and get something from the perimeter, cut into this deficit a little bit.
There aren't very many Rebels that have made a ton of three-pointers this year. I think Darlene may lead the team, or one of the team leaders. She's hit, I believe, 16 on the season. 16 or 17. It's a steal. Nice shot by the Rebels. Violet Taylor races to the other end. No one's going to catch her. And that one won't go. 2 layups in a row that should have gone. Used a lot of rim, but refused to go down and tickle the nylon.
Yeah, that's 4 free points that would be nice to have back. But something that's coming back to my memory is that extra free throw that was given in the first half. And as you're kind of getting into a game that's still in reach, I feel like that's still kind of in play right now.
So Lydia Cox picks up her 5th foul. Fans will pause as the coaching staff takes a minute to send a new player in. Think Zion Ponderosa Ranch, Zion Family Homes, White Mountain Trading Post, Eat Zion, TOL Tactical, the Town of Waterville, Lamb Excavation, Kane County Tourism Office, Garfield Ready Mix, and Bryce Valley Builders, East Zion Experiences, Keller Country Outfitters, Bear Diesel, and Alton Coal Development. Here's the inbound pass. It was a foot race. It was thrown away, and Rachel Cox gets called for the foul. That'll be foul number 7, so that sends Scott to the free throw line. And she'll try her hand at a Legacy Ace Hardware free throw.
So now that you're in the bonus, this is where a new perspective of the game comes into play. You have to make 2 free throws. You have to convert both on the 1-and-1 here to keep cutting into this lead.
It's a lot of effort on that play, as has been exemplified all throughout this game. This team's working really, really hard. Free throw from Scott. Yes. Big free throw. It's an 8-point lead once more.
How about Hannah Scott in the fourth quarter? 5 points.
Yeah, in a game when your team only scored 28. I mean, been hard to come by. She's done a really good job today for Coach Lundgren. Free throw's good. 2 of 2 on that trip to the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. And coming across the timeline will be Ruth Cox. Has Janny Lynn Hoyt with 2:40 left to go. 36 for the Buffaloes, 29 for the Rebels. Janny tries to draw a foul, nothing doing. Pugmire with another rebound. Try to get Austin to look that up for us. She's been great on the boards. Here's a jump, stop, shoot, no. But Taylor comes back to the line, and the Rebels showing some signs of life, digging back into this game. Haley Pugmire has a double-double in today's game. She's got 12 points to go with 12 rebounds.
I mentioned earlier in the quarter, I really like Violet Taylor's speed, and she was able to use that time to get to the free throw line once again.
Free throw by Violet. Yes, boy, when it's counted, the Rebels have been really good from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
It's only a 2-possession game now. And we talked about it. It seemed like it was just a little bit out of reach. Now they're bringing it right back in. Only 2-possession game.
Violet rims the second one out. Goes 1 of 2, and it's a 6-point game. It goes to the travel against the Valley Buffaloes. So, 36-30. It's a whole new ball game. Tingy will trigger the inbounds pass for the Rebels.
I'm thinking with Lydia Cox fouling out now, that's also got to play a key role, as you don't have a starting piece in your offense.
Both teams have lost a starter due to fouls. Scott loses the ball, picks it back up, hands it to Taylor. Jumper, not this time. Rebound comes down to Tylee T, keeps it alive. Ellie Argyle has the ball knocked out of her hands. She keeps the wheels churning. Passes to the left wing. It's Tingy. Tingy drives, dishes. Scott, jumper, no. And the rebound to Ruth Cox. She's fouled, and she'll come to the line for a pair of Legacy Ace Hardware free throws.
Felt for about 30 seconds there, the ball would just keep finding its way into a Rebels' hands. It was going everywhere. Everyone was diving for the ball. The Rebels had some good opportunities to get a shot up there, but nothing doing on that one.
A timeout is called with 1:56 left to go. You are listening to 1A State Championship Basketball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and watching on TeamHive.live.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at BryceCanyonHalfMarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
Color Country Outfitters, based in Alton, Utah, with first-class accommodations in our spacious rustic lodge and world-class mule deer. We've been hunting the famed Pawn Skunk unit for over 25 years. Check us out at ColorCountryOutfitters.com and happy hunting.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrick, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it.
Here we are It's a 6-point game now that are 2 minutes to go between the Rich Rebels and the Valley Buffaloes. Inside that Rich huddle, Coach Lundgren said he loves what he's seeing from his players right now. Their fight, their tenacity. He wants more of it in these last 2 minutes. And he said to his girls, if we play like that for another 2 minutes, we can win this game. Back to you guys.
Good stuff. Jared Call down there, our sideline reporter in today's game. Free throws good. Cox goes 1 of 2. Ruth has not scored as much as she normally does, but does so many other good things, including playing great defense and rebounding the ball for her team.
Yeah, that free throw just increased it to a 3-possession game, so Rebels got to score.
Ellie to Scott. Scott out to Argyle, and Argyle gets called for the walk. The red hand was up and not the light green man on the crosswalk. 37-30. There's a steal, but it goes right. Boy, that's the day, kind of day it's been. The ball goes right to Janny Hoyt, the loose ball, with 1:24 left to go. Janny Hoyt, guarded by Argyle, and the ball's knocked out of bounds, and a foul's going to go against Ellie. So it'll be a 2-shot foul for Janny Hoyt at the Legacy East Hardware free throw line.
Looks like Ellie Argyle has now fouled out of the game as well.
Ellie's had a great season, averaged 8 points per game this year, but she'll be back. Just a junior.
Yeah, she's only had 2 this game. Tough to see. Like we've been mentioning, it seems like Rich Rebels have had balanced scoring all around the board and not that much doing tonight except for Haiti Pugmire.
Boy, I apologize, fans. That's Ellie's. This is her senior year. I apologize. She's a senior. Been fun to watch her play. She's a great player.
It's a hard way to go out on a foul in a state tournament like that.
Free throw is good. Again, 1 of 2 on the trip for the Buffaloes. 18 points for Janny Hoyt. We have her for 19. I'll have to count that up. She's really fill up my score sheet. Here's a 3-pointer by Violet. Got it! Rebels staying into it. Timeout's awarded. Immediately, it's a 5-point lead for the Buffaloes. They have the ball, and we come back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we meant it now. All right.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boy.
Mom, we're going to Sam's.
Somebody shut the door! Ugh.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by the Windy Mesa Studios on TeamHive.live and KTTA Channel 8.1. Here you go. The Valley Buffaloes have a 5-point lead. Rachel hustles across the timeline. She's fouled. 105. You think Coach Lundgren drew up that foul made on the timeout?
Yeah, he could have been. At this point of the game, it's trap, and if you lose the trap, then I'm pretty sure you want to foul. Interesting call there, though, on the full court press. It seems like it was a man-to-man. They've done that before in this game. It usually is easy for players like Cox to just kind of drive right past with their speed.
Cox missed the first free throw. Game brought to you today by Bryce Iron Campground, Maxwell Construction, Snow College, and Southern Utah Title.
So even with the make here, still a 2-possession game.
Both free throws missed. The rebound is controlled by Kimber. It's jump ball, the alternate possession goes back to Rich. The Rebels dodging bullets. 2 free throws missed. A defensive rebound squandered, but a tie-up. Nice hustle by Ellie Argyle to get a possession back for her team.
As the Bee Gees like to say, the Rich Rebels are staying alive.
Saturday Night Fever. It's coming up. Here's the ball is loose. Again, the disruptive defense has been so good by the Buffaloes today. A foul is called by Tingy. And I've gotten to watch a lot of Valley games this year. I've got to say this is the most complete game I've seen them play on both sides of the court. congratulations to Coach Cox. I mean, lots of time left. Anything can still happen. But the win or lose, the Valley girls have put together some good basketball today in the last game of the season. Gianni Hoyt drains the first free throw.
Yeah, we saw they couldn't get their offense going in that first quarter, but once the ball started dropping through the net, everything just seemed to be working right for them.
Second one's good. We were trying to find Gianni's career scoring totals. We can only come up with the season, but she's got to be flirting with records from the three-point line end. She's probably right around a 1,000-point scorer on her career. Free throw, the three-pointer is missed by the Rich Rebels with 44.4 seconds remaining. Valley trying to hang on to a 7-point lead. There's a long lead pass. Kimber goes up high and catches it. Wow. And she's fouled hard. Kimber will come to the free throw line.
That right there was an NFL play. That was a tough catch to make. The coach said touchdown as soon as she caught the pass. I don't think I would be able to do that. So much contact, but she comes through with it.
Free throw by Kimber. Got it. Kimber Reeve, she's only a junior. She'll be back next year. She's just been so good coming off. If we could vote for a sixth man of the year, boy, she might have my vote. She's done a great job.
Oh, and fighting for her own rebound off the free throw miss.
Ellie Argyle has done a great job on rebounding all game long. Double-double in today's game for Ellie. Ellie's shot is good and one. The Rebels are not going away.
This is incredible. Haiti Pugmire now with 12 points here in the second half alone.
So she cuts the lead to 6. Back to a two-possession game. Stranger things have happened. There's a free throw. She'll get a freebie. She misses because the Buffalo stepped in early. So see how she does on the extra try. The first one was hard off the back. Ellie, the southpaw, receives the ball from the official. Dribbles twice. Bends her knees. Arches it up. It's in and out. Gianni Hoyt snags another rebound. And she's fouled by Violet Taylor with 27.3 seconds left.
So it looks like Valley's just trying to get the ball to Gianni Hoyt because Gianni Hoyt, because she's been doing great things from the free throw line here in the second half. She's been able to convert 6 free throws here in the third and fourth quarters.
Half around officially for 20 points. She misses the first free throw. Gets a pat on the back from her teammate Kimber Reeve. She'll try her second attempt from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Fans, we have 3 more games coming up for you throughout the remainder of the day. On the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, we'll have a couple, and on 1aball.com, we'll have them all. Second one's good. TeamHive.live also powers our broadcast. Here's a three-pointer, no. Ball is loose on the floor. It's thrown out to Gianni Hoyt. Gianni, I bet she just dribbles it out. She does. She doesn't go for a shot. She's fouled. Her team has a 7-point lead. And how about that? It came in as the 3rd seed and looking pretty good to finish the 3rd seed, the Valley Buffaloes.
Yeah, and you mentioned it just a few minutes ago. Such a complete game. I feel like after that rough start to the first quarter, the defense was always there just waiting for the offense, and Gianni Hoyt, just fantastic game today, and she's just been doing everything from all sides of the floor.
Timeouts called by the Buffaloes with 11.3 seconds. You're watching 1A Championship Basketball on 1aball.com and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
The Ranch at Wild Rose specializes in destination weddings, events, and large group vacation stays located in southern Utah. This exclusive mountain treasure with our 6,000 square foot lodge, complete with our industrial chef's kitchen and gorgeous outdoor space. Dates are filling up fast for 2023, so don't delay.
For super low prices and weekly specials, stop by Kane County's full-service grocer, Glazier's Family Market in Kanab. Save with their weekly specials and be sure to check out their digital ads. For guaranteed freshness in their meat and produce and short lines, go to Glazier's Family Market in Kanab.
Celebrating 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A Basketball, providing quality concrete to Garfield, Kane, Wayne, and Paiute counties. The mutters at Garfield Ready Mix are the best of the best.
Lime Excavating wishes the Valley Buffaloes the best in the postseason. Lime Excavation can help you with all your excavation needs. Give Darwin a call, 435-691-2782. He digs it.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon City on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Hoyt sets for a couple of free throws. Hoyt's short on the first one. Yeah, I think you're right, Austin. Austin just said she had already shot one free throw. The second one missed. The official got the rebound. I don't know whose team he's on, but I think they're just going to award the ball to the Rebels. Yeah. They'd already shot a free throw.
I think they've done that twice there.
11.3 seconds remain. 43-35. Violet gets in, dishes to Ellie Argyle for three. No. Rebound is followed up. No. Followed by Taylor. Yes. Violet Taylor. What a valiant effort by her and the Rich Rebels. Nonetheless, they fall to the Valley Buffaloes, who capture third place in the state tournament. We'll be back to wrap this up. Actually, we're going to keep it right here. We'll toss it back to a break and have more coming up on our Ruby's Inn post-game report.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese and Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese.